Sorry guys, my mom had to show me something real quick, and it had copyright music in it, so I had to, yeah. Anyways, good morning everyone. Hopefully everyone's having a great morning. And today we're going to continue working on the comic, basically. So the first thing I need to do is I need to go through all these panels, and I need to turn off all the text layers. So one panel at a time. 102. Okay, I'm not sure how this happened. Oh, I see what's going on. So we just need to go through one at a time and just figure this out. Hopefully this shouldn't be too much work. I don't think it's gonna be that much work because it's really a lot of close-up shots. Probably the one that would be the most work is 1, 2, 3, probably panel 4. Because 4 really has a lot of like lighting things going on, but the rest are like eye close-ups, like side view kind of things going on. I honestly think that that's not going to be too much work, so hopefully not, because I don't want to die. Okay, I gotta figure out where these all are. Okay, where's that bubble? Alright. So now we've got our text layers turned off, I believe. Is that all of them? Yep, okay. And now we're just starting with the base colors. So I just gotta make sure I'm on the right layers and all that stuff. Okay. Now I gotta figure this out. Well, first things first, what I need to do is need to turn this back on. This is yesterday's work. And we need to get this color. Okay, just making sure I'm on the right layers and stuff. Yep. Okay, so we're just gonna take this one step at a time. Makes me lighter. And I think what I'm gonna do here is probably put like a Vignette kind of effect on it, just so it doesn't look like, you know, just gray. Hopefully. All right. Whoops. Okay. Darker color for the underside of the eye. Something like that. Get these little crevices. Okay. So, now the fun part. Let me see if I can maybe get this. If there's even any color there. I legit cannot tell. I don't think there is. I think I got some rebound from the stupid thing. I think that'll work, because once we add the shine to the eye, it'll be fine. Alright. So there's panel 1 done. Now let's go to panel 2. So this is all just Brina. So Brina had the basic same color. dark for under the chin. Yep, that'll work. All right. Gotta figure this out. Higher than that. Nope. There we go. That looks less contrasty. Okay, now the hair color, which I don't remember if it was like darker or whatever. Okay, hopefully we just don't have the issue that we had yesterday, which was basically everything was not contrasting well. Like it was, actually no, it was contrasting too much. That was the problem. Okay. Alright, I see a problem. The ears are too contrasty, so we need to make it a little darker. That's okay. Okay, inside the mouth would just be kind of a lighter shade of that. Something like that. Okay. This color a little darker because the hair on the opposite side. Okay, I think that one's good to go. Minus the back, or minus the background, because of the fact that we're going to maybe add some additional little like assets to it. Okay, next one should be pretty easy because we've already got the base colors that we need. Let's see. Yep, it's the up close. It's the up close one. So, blink, blink. Let's see. Oops, I forgot to put the thing. Okay. Now the skin color. Like right now we're just adding base colors. That's all we're doing. A little nostril. Okay, now the eye color. Oh, right. Hers is different, isn't it? Hang on, I gotta think here. It's a lighter color on the outside and darker on the inside. Her eyes are a little different. Done that. Okay, the inside of the eyes. Okay, not bad. For now, looks okay. Okay, panel 4. Yeah, we're speeding along here today. Alright, this is the panel that's probably going to be the most work because of the fact that there's a lot of like lighting and shading like effects going on here. Let's double check. Yep. Did I do it right? Yeah, I did it right. Okay. Oh, that's actually not good. Yeah, I'll just wing it. Too dark. Still too dark. That works. Excuse me. Alright, the inside of the, like, things, just a darker color. Okay. Background is basically, I don't know, probably going to be something more on the, like, we're going to have like a special effect kind of background. Whoops. Too dark. We'll learn that. There we go. All right. So I'm just going to leave it like that for now. Or can I do the thing? Hang on. I can't. Okay. God, that's annoying. Panel 5. Very similar to panel 1. We're just going to have the same thing going on. Just double check that nothing is like blending too much. Okay. I will have to recreate that line because it'll blend too much with this down here. So that's all I needed for that one. 5, 6. All right. Inside the mouth first. Something like that. Yep. We're definitely going to have to recreate this line. That's okay. Not too bad. Okay. So what do I do here? Just gotta think of all of like the layers and how they work and stuff like that. This won't be a problem in the future. I've already made sure of that. Okay, well, let's take a look. Okay, so that's on that side, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Okay, now panel 5. Let's take a look. Uh-huh. Okay, so that would have to be on top of that, for sure. And underneath would have to be where the line would go. So something like this would probably have to be the result. Okay. Let's see. Straight line. Just gonna have to manually erase it, I guess. This is gonna be tricky. Is there an easier way to do this that I'm not seeing? Because that will have to be a fade in effect. That's why I don't want it to go through the text, and why I don't want there to be like just little divots there. I don't know, maybe what I'm gonna have to do later on is I'm gonna have to just have the ones without the text on it, have the things underneath as separate layers. So I'm probably gonna have to do something like this and get rid of whatever the whatever's inside of these text layers manually. I think if I do that, it should be fine. Okay. And just worry about it later. Okay, that's fine. It looks better, so that's good. Should turn these layers off again. Okay, our base colors are down, I believe. Yep, base colors are down. Alright. Now the fun part. Now the fun part. But the first one shouldn't be too bad. First one actually is just going to probably be like Vignay on the outside. And the inside of the eye is pretty much just going to be like a little shine. So we're just going to do this. Get off the straight line tool. Something like that, yeah. Okay. Then around it, it would have to be like a Vignay effect. Or something. I don't know. If I turn that on. I mean, I could probably get away with not putting the Vignay effect. I mean, I don't see why not. Let's try it. Let's just see. Let's just try it and see. There's our motto again. Just try and see what happens. Okay. This one will take a little longer. So we need a bigger brush. And now we need to add the two-tone, pretty much. Why is there so much rebound? Then out the back. Just gonna kind of go something like that for now. Let's see if we can actually like draw a straight line today. Just gonna probably have to do that manually. Okay, underside of the chin. Alright. Turn off the color layer so it doesn't do the thing that I don't want it to do. Whoop. That's what I don't want it to do. I don't want to do like a double layer thing. We'll see how it all culminates together once we turn down the opacity. what is this first? And it's just part of the hair. Let's just do this. Yep, in there too, because that's part of the skin line. Okay. Let's turn that down to about 26%. Just for now. Okay, turn the color layer back on. Yep, we're definitely going to have to toy around with it a little bit. I think we're going to probably have to go to something like that. Alright, let's do one for the hair, as well. Okay, I'm just going to have to do it like this. Boink, boink. Okay, what am I looking at? I think that's part of the hair. Pretty sure it is. Okay, did I get everything? Yep, looks like it. Okay, and I believe this one was like to 26%. As a starting point. Let's see. Yeah, that looks fine. But I do need to give it some lighting, so that's definitely a thing. What the fuck? Oh, I know what's going on. So, okay, now this is just a very slow and tedious process. Something like that. Something like that, yeah. Okay, now we go strand by strand. Okay, that's not terrible by any means. Yeah, that's fine. It'll work. Just need to get this more correct. Something like that. Okay. Very, very, very careful here. Okay, this goes a little too wide down here. Okay, not bad. For now. Really, come on. Okay, that's not too bad. I do think that this light needs to come out just a little bit more on this side. Okay, then this side needs to also be lit. Let's see. Do I go back another strand? I don't think so. I think I'm good there. Here. Let's give the ear just a little bit of color. Okay. Now the airbrush trick. Okay, we don't want a full-blown black. We just want something. Okay, now the light hits and shadow goes behind this, behind where the light is. A little darker than that. Actually, no, hang on. I gotta turn the intensity back up. This is just to give the hair a little bit more life, I guess you could say. Okay, so it is hit by the shade, the shadows. Okay, I know what to do. Whoops, not that. So we're going to add some shadows to the other side of these fin things. There we go. Same thing here. Yeah, that looks pretty damn good to me. Just as a base, or base, whatever I'm trying to say. Just as a simplified, like, shading and shit like that. Yeah, I'm not going, like, 100% for a panel that's coming on screen, like, for 5 seconds. Okay, we're basically going to do the same diddle-dally on this bottom one. Except I feel like what we're going to do here... I should have done that differently. God damn it. Oh well. It'll work out. One way or another, it's going to work out, guys. Alright. So I think what we're going to do, because this is supposed to be like a scene where, like, a realization, like a terrifying realization hits, is we're going to do like a... Kind of like what we did yesterday for panel 1. I think that's what we're going to do here. Excuse me. So I don't think we need to go the whole 9 yards here. I think we just need to add some shadows where there'd be shadows. If I can get my hand to behave. Let's take a look at that. That is definitely not shaped correctly. There we go. Okay, that'll work for now. And that's the real trick with shadows, is you just gotta let them kind of flow naturally. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it can be a butt. Especially at angles like these. Okay, gotta do the same thing here. Because you basically got to imagine how the shadow would behave. Like, that's basically the gist. If you could learn the physics of the shadow and how the face would actually, look if it was 3D, then yeah, you can literally, shadows become 10 times easier in that case. Okay, not bad. Around the nose. Okay, then I think we just add the airbrush trick. Okay, so little bigger than that. Looks like I'm gonna have to do something like that for that. Just so it doesn't look like it's cut off. That's okay. Not much to erase. It's already like, kind of looking like the exact effect that I want. Okay. And then what we would have to do is just add like a across the top. So for that, we would have to go underneath the text layers, but above the main line art. Let's go a little darker than that. Okay, this is actually going to be a little trickier. Just going to erase the excess now. I know what needs to be solved this. Same thing up here. Which I could probably do this a lot more easier if I just were to just take the... Seriously? It'll be fine, guys. It'll be fine. It's just going to take a minute. Okay, yeah, I'm going to just do it that way. My voice died for some reason. Just turn panel 2 off completely. That way this can be done a lot more efficiently. I can see little speckles, but they're not necessarily a huge deal. Turn panel 2 back on. Okay, I think I see something that needs to be different. And that is, I believe, her skin color. I think it needs to be darker. Need to turn off. Yep. I think it'd work any other way, but... Okay, let me just turn that off. What the fuck? Yeah, that's a little too much work. I think if I just go something like around the edges, like just go straight around the edges. Just kind of repeat what I did. I think it'll be fine. Okay, let's see if that might work. I can't tell you how much time that this tool has saved me. Definitely has saved me a lot of time erasing stuff. Besides the assets, of course. Because the assets are like very weird patterns, so you can't really target one specific color and erase it manually. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Okay. Now I think what I gotta do is I gotta make sure I'm on the right layer first. Could I do this? Like a Gaussian blur? Oh, I see I missed a spot. Or two. Let's see if I can maybe blur these edges a little bit more. Like, let me just add the text, see if that might work. Turn the opacity down, maybe that might work. These are all things you gotta take into account. Turn the opacity down was definitely helpful. I can also see a spot that I'm not sure what happened here, but 68%. Let's turn on the intensity a little bit. Yeah, fuck it, it'll be on screen for like 5 seconds. It'll be fine, guys. It'll be fine. Not really sure what happened here, but... oh well, it'll work. It'll bug me a little bit, but it'll be fine. Okay, maybe add a shine to her eye. Let's see if that might work. Just to kind of give the eyes a little bit of life. Okay, turn on the intensity a little bit. Because usually giving the eyes just a little bit of character is really helpful. Okay, let's add those shadows again. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on up here, but... well, I think I know what happened, but it's just a missed spot. A little annoying, but not the worst. Let me see if I might be able to get that. Oops, not that. Like, let me see if I can go over this just to kind of give it some blend. That might actually do the trick. Just to make it look nicer, I guess. Just to make it look nicer, guys. Oh yeah, 10 times better. 10 times better. Okay, see that. That's one of these things. Alright, now the fun one. Oh god. Now the fun layer, which is going to be a little bit more on the trickier side. Not really, but it's definitely not going to be fun. Oh, I see a spot I missed. So let's go panel 4. I do see a little spot that I missed, and that's her fingernails. On the red layer, yes. There we go. There we go. Now, we do the two-tone effect again. And considering the light was coming from the left side. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do the close first. So the divots comes out straight out like that. What? Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess we just try it. Again, shadows and all that stuff come later, so not too worried about getting it perfect on the first try. Whoa, the fuck? Oh, I forgot to turn off the color layer, that's why. Hang on. Turn off that. There. No, it doesn't know where to do the stupid dumb thing that it does. That. Yeah, I feel like the shadow goes too far out to the left. Or right, excuse me. Sorry guys, I don't know my lefts from the rights very well. Okay, looking at it from that kind of perspective, it doesn't look too bad, but it does look like she's just like chopped in half right down the middle. So I feel like what needs to happen here is need to come out like right here or something. Here, there, it just needs to be adjusted. Probably the latter. I see that. Okay, back to panel 3 for just a second. What the fuck? No. Okay. We'll figure this out one step at a time. Well, let me add the color back in. That don't look too bad, but yeah, it just kind of doesn't look right. Alright. Let's do one for the skin. Some would hit the top, so the arm just kind of gets cut in half. Same thing here. color layer off. Okay, so the sun would hit this side, and this side would have the shadow. It's always the arms that get me. Probably something along those lines. Something close to that. Again, just gotta kind of toy with it until something happens. Okay. Oh. Of course, the underside of the things needs to be shadows there too. Same thing there. I don't know, something like that. Just don't want it to look like it's just cut right off. Okay, I don't know how I did that, but I did that. Okay, let's see. Let's just turn that down. Turn the color layer back on. Okay, it doesn't look too bad, it's just not right in some places. The arm doesn't look terrible. I just think it's more like that coming down from the arm. Or not. And this is just the point where you gotta be a little bit more careful and just kind of go over one step at a time to figure out what you're doing. Well, okay, there'd definitely be a shadow there because that thing is kind of resting. Okay, something like that. Yeah, that's fine. Try the underside of the thing because that definitely would have a shadow. Probably a lot more like that. Okay. Nope, smaller than that. Shadows to where the creases are. Or the proper term for them, folds. Clothing folds. It's not the worst. Definitely not the worst, but still kind of looks off to me, but I don't really feel like the viewers are going to care. They're just here to see a good thing. That's all they're here for. That's kind of what you got to put in your head. Let me see if I were to do this kind of trick, if it might even it out a little bit more. Smooth out that shadow line a little bit. It still looks a little off. Still looks a little off, but I think that's just going to have to be it. Oh, this is going to be tricky. Which basically what I'm doing here is I'm just smoothing out the shadow so it doesn't look like it's just like a, straight line. It actually looks more like a shadow would look like if it's projected onto skin. Not just skin, but clothes too. Okay. Clothing layer. Actually, I'm going to put this on a different layer. Whoops, nope. Wrong brush. Just kind of add some shadow behind these little curves. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but it just doesn't look right. It'll bug me, but... I think if we add something to the back, like a effect layer or something, it'll make it look a lot more better. So I think we're okay. For the most part. Like, okay, let's see. So if we were to just test this, what I want here, like shock, fear, something along those lines. I see that. How did I miss that? On both sides, I missed it. Gee, many Christmas. Let's see. So it'd be like one of these things. Wouldn't really be fear. It'd be more like shock. Shock. Like pain is kind of more of the thing here. It's more like a pain. So pain, I would imagine like shock. Like that's probably the thing that it would match the best with is shock. At least I don't have to erase it too much. Okay. I would definitely, for sure, turn that opacity way more down. First, so that I could see what the hell I'm doing. Let's just see if this might work. And yes, I can see it flooding over into the one on the bottom, so I'll fix that in just a sec. Can't forget to also fix this bleed. And again, I don't think this is cheating. I think it's just a tool. Now, I will say that I don't agree that you should use it as like, a thing constantly to make up for like where you can't draw something. That I don't agree with. But in terms of like just using it for like an effect, like for something to just kind of, to tell, oh, hey, this scene's about this kind of thing going on. There's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. It's supposed to simplify, oh, she's going through some shit, That's what it's supposed to signify. Like, I can't draw backgrounds like these. Definitely not. It is annoying having to erase it, but it does make it look nicer. Makes it look more comic-y, more manga-y is what I should actually say. Yeah, something like that. Like, just kind of gives it more of a realistic kind of feel. And if I turn on the, like, sounds, I know one more asset that I can actually add. So we're going to do that here. Let's see, what would that be under? That'd be way down here. It'd be this one. Just to kind of give it more realism. Okay, we have to move it. Okay. I feel like we can add some assets to the last panel as well. Oh, speaking of the last panel, I need to go back and I need to get rid of the excess on the outside. Luckily, that's not too bad of a fix. Just a lot of erasing. Still not the worst erasing bit that I've ever had to do. Still definitely not the worst on that matter. Or in that case. Okay. Now on this side. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. Yep. Okay, I think 4 is pretty much good to go. For the most part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. Oh, it's on top. That's why. That's why. Okay. What do we do here? That's a good question. Do I try like the... Oh. I see. I forgot to raise something. Panel... Nope, not that. Panel 4. Luckily, that's not too hard to fix. There we go. All right. Now back to this. Is this anything? No. Okay, so I could try the two-tone effect just to see what would happen. I mean, sure, why the fuck not? Why the hell not? The only problem is there's nothing there to stop it. I don't feel like that fits here. I really don't. It feels more like a dramatic kind of thing going on. Like more like what's happening in panel 3 with the vignette effect. Vignette, whatever. So I think we try that instead. Or what we could do is try for an asset. Like, go something like radial lines or whatever. Maybe that actually might be a better idea. That way it doesn't look too repetitive. Let's see, I think we'd want the black variety. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to be joggly with it. Lower the opacity a little bit so I can see where I'm erasing. Maybe we can speed this up just a little bit. Let's get very careful here. So yeah, if you want your scene to look a little bit more impactful and you think that there's an asset that makes it look, a lot more, like what's happening, then use it. Just don't use it constantly. Like, don't use it like, as your main, like, escape. Because you still got to put your own original flair to it. But assets being used as like a tool to like sell like an emotion or maybe something small that you can't draw for like one panel is not against the rules in my opinion. Just don't abuse it and you'll be fine. Smaller. Because I'm going to let you know a little secret. The pros do it all the time. Same thing with copy paste and using references. The pros use copy paste and just all that stuff all the time. Whatever makes their job easier, they're gonna use. The pros do it all the time. That definitely does look a lot more impactful. It also separates the lines, so it looks a lot more cleaner. I need to actually put that underneath the bubble as well. Yep. Okay, that'll work. Then down here, I think what we're going to just do is add some shading to the inside of the mouth. Excuse me. Trickiest part, the inside of the mouth, is you gotta get it even on both sides. I'd say that gets the point. Ow. I'd say that gets the point across. I don't want to reuse the radio line effect again. So I feel like, okay, she's warning her. So if we're warning someone, if we are warning someone of danger, like danger, danger, danger. Let's see. I guess we could try That's where you just got to kind of use your imagination. Anxiety? No, that's not really fitting, is it? Not confusion, not haze. Oh, I know what I can add. You're supposed to use this for a totally different reason, but I kind of like it for like a dreadful kind of situation. So I have to flip that upside down. Kind of decrease the size a little bit so that it doesn't just... go something like that. Then what I can do is I can go Gaussian blur on it. It's essentially the same exact effect as panel 3, but a little different. At least it's easier to erase with this tool. Oops. Ew. Let's see what happened here. Why did that happen? Hang on, guys. I think we're just going to have to do it like this. Very, very carefully. Could see some bleed from the speed lines, right? Or radial lines, whatever the hell they're called. Like up here, I can go nuts. I don't really care about up here. It's just so annoying to have to erase every piece, but that's okay. See that? Okay. Let's see if I can just... Nope, for some reason it is attaching to the color. I'm gonna try this. Ah, okay. That made it a lot more easier. Oh, 10 times easier. I do see that, though. Turn the color layer back on. Okay. Then just add in that let's just add in the text and see what happens. yeah, it's kind of grim. It's kind of like there's something dreadful happening, basically. Yep, I think that one's fine. All right, let's turn these text layers back on. For a minute, that was culminating. I'm like, what? Panel 4. Yep. All right, panel 3. Panel 4. 3. Okay, we're on 2. Okay, 2 is more of a question mark. I think I'm going to just... I think I'm just going to add a background to, like, her... Like, to where she's standing. Like, just a color. Just to kind of give that... Oops. Just to kind of give it some flair. Alright. We don't want it too dark. You also don't want it too blendy. That's okay. Like, that's actually not that bad. You can tell the difference between the two panels. And turn the stuff back on. Yeah, that's fine. Panel 1. I swear that wasn't on. Okay, let's take a look. Thank you, ever. How did you know I'm a dragon? I have no features of one. Show. Silly lizards. Yeah. That actually looks really good. Got some bleed on the outside of these lines, but that's okay. Again, like I said, in the future, that whole issue will be fixed, so it won't be an issue anymore. Just trying to think if there's anything else I can add. I know one more asset I could put on panel 1, 2, 3, 5, I think. But is it really needed? Not really. Yeah, I think that's okay. I feel like that's okay for a page. So, I think we're done. I think we are done, guys. I think we have gotten page 16 all wrapped up. Cool. So, just save. Yeah, I think we're done. I don't see anything that's like problematic by any means to worry about. So that's good. And I think it gets the point across. Like the radial lines are not too overused. The bottom panel is really good for like a dreadful kind of thing going on, because basically what's happening is kind of like life or death in a way. So yeah, I think we're done for today. I'll try to get back to this tomorrow. like my brain isn't right now is on finishing these pages because I need to get them done. I've had enough of like a, enough days off to really just allow myself to rest, to not overwork myself to death. So hopefully we can get these done within a pretty decent amount of time. So thank y'all for watching. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you just enjoyed sitting here while I brought this page to life. As you can see, it's not easy work. It's a lot of work. There's a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than just drawing and coloring and all that stuff. It takes a lot of focus, takes a lot of time, takes a lot of... Yeah. It's a lot. So thank you everyone so much for watching and joining me today. And I'll see you all maybe tomorrow. Happy horrors until next time.